So guys, last day today, and yeah, we've got a bit of fun lined up. So some breeders often, due to lack of space, have to keep fishing mud ponds over winter, and that's what's actually happened at NND. There's a pond of bigger fish, nothing spectacular from what I'm told, but fish that they just had no indoor space for, so they had to go to the mud pond. And yeah, Arthur, I've got the chance to go and do a harvest in April. He'd fall in shit and come out smelling of roses. So yeah, off to do that in a minute. Just having a check on his Shiro, one of mine here that I've spoken about in the past that came out not looking so good in autumn with Asumi, but my God, what a transformation we've had so far with that one. So hopefully in a bit as well, we'll have a chance to get that in a bowl and have a look. But for now, this is the pond. That's the Shiro I'm talking about right there. Looking superb. And Arthur's is also in here somewhere there, look, with the Sumi on the nose.
That?
Right here, look.
Oh, what? That's... Yeah, I think that's the one.
Right there, guys, looking great.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. That one's good.
You like that one?
That's probably the biggest one.
Big one.
Is that my Shiro or is the other one out?
The other one.
No.
Arthur's trying to negotiate his way to this big one. And then also that epic Shiro there is another one I bagged in autumn. Staying here to grow on this year, looking superb as well. So hopefully I'll get to have a little look at them in the bowl later on. So here we are, guys, a place I have not been back to for such a long time. A place firmly in my kind of history here in Japan. It's a Kakimachi Mud Pond complex that NND owns. Huge place. And yeah, long time, but this is where I did my work experience, spent a lot of time here. My very first mud pond harvest in a pond just up there, this side one. Yeah, great place, fond memories of it. And this looks like the pond we're going to hit up today, so let's wait and see. You excited, Arthur?
Yeah.
You've grown into them waders a bit more now, mate, as well, haven't you? Straps are fitting you a bit better, so no strap saga anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in this pond then, mate, yeah? So I've just been explaining, like, when we did the champion mud pond, because it's such a big pond, and it really is quite deep as well, you know, in the middle. These things are pretty huge. So yeah, I need to use two nets basically, one to kind of just corner it off, and then the other one to actually pull the fish in. Yeah, it looks like they've expanded a fair bit here, to be fair. Quite a lot of ponds, certainly going over that way, a lot more than I can remember. Good to see, I remember that one over the back there. Oh my God, it has some dreamy stuff in it. Here he goes, look. His friends, Atoken. Got a really bit of a full-on afternoon planned. Not quite all panned out as I'd hoped from a business-wise. It's been fucking mind-blowing, to be fair. I mean, some of the stuff we've got lined up on top of what's already back at the farm and done. It's, yeah, an exciting year. That arsenal's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, which is nice. That's important, you know. Keep it interesting, keep the stuff coming. And more than anything, I do this stuff, it keeps it interesting for me as well. So you know, unusual stuff, couple of new varieties coming through. Taniguchi's up to some cool stuff with a golden corn as well. So yeah, just been, I was hoping for a bit of a break, to be honest, a bit of a chill out, but it's not quite panned out that way. So looks like I'll have to make me excuses for next month, possibly. Oh God, the wife watches these, you know. So no, cool though, nice to see. It's it's coming to that season now here. You know, everyone's getting really ready out in the mountains every day. Few people went for dinner with Takano and Kansuke last night, and it's like, oh, I want it by tomorrow. He says, oh, sorry, you know, in the mountains. It's just where it all happens now, from now really until autumn. A few shipments and bits and bobs in between, but yeah, the preparation begins, guys. Ready for that new season and see what comes of it all. So yeah, I'll be sure to film a couple of the farms in Iptu this afternoon. It's just for a quick check-in and see what's available, and then yeah, go and get the suitcase packed up. Here he is, Master Koi Breeder. This is your favourite thing to do, Arts, isn't it? Is it as good as Fortnite? No. Oh, I had a feeling you'd say that. Guy here is also a new staff, being trained up. He's only been with the farm about a month now. You're not going to get rid of this one at one point.
I think I already am though, Dad. A well-trained staff.
So yeah, just as we're going along, look, just keeping the fish away from the outside so they don't try and get around the outer part of the net. You see, I'm not the only one with the problem of too many fish. Not wanting to let them all go. Whatever it is, the fish house is full. Just these guys have got loads of mud ponds they can keep them in if needs be. Just imagine if I did. Fucking hell, that'd be a car crash. But interesting anyway. We'll see what's in here. The net's getting closer now.
Okay. Is it okay?
その池のカイルありますか？カイルありますか？
No, no. Still sleeping.
Is it heavy, AJ? They are, aren't they? Do you need a hand? No? Oh, you've had your cornflakes this morning, haven't you?
Yep.
Oh, and a can of Coke, yeah. That'll do it. Oh, seen one in the corner. Starting to see them now.
Yeah. Are these big or not?
Yeah.
They don't seem big.
I think it's possibly like 30 or so fish.
Yes, okay.
They seem big.
よし、じゃあ袋持ってきて、トールちゃん桶に水入れて。
Oh, there's more tadpoles.
I know a lot of you watching won't worry about him ruining that Man United top.
There's tadpoles. I'm gonna annihilate them though. They will get annihilated.
Offers more interesting battle of the tadpoles.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, too big.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good lad.
Oh, my sleeves. They're wet.
You change it later. Careful, don't let it out. Good lad.
Oh, I'm wet. Really wet.
Hold on. Come here, let's see the state here. That is what you call action, isn't it?
And
Absolutely so.
and all the way down my waders.
Well, that's not where you're meant to put the water.
Might be. For to the size of these flipping fish.
Some good skills there though, pal.
Definitely.
Let you loose with these today, mate, aren't they?
Yup.
Nice way to end your trip.
Probably biggest fish in it.
Wow. Good skills.
I'm the king of it.
One more.
Incredible.
Okay.
Is it up for sale?
Oh no, Arts, you're turning into me now, that's not good. I don't think you guys get too many opportunities to see these when they're empty, but it might be worth a walk over. So these ones are primarily used for fry. Again, I've worked on these as fry ponds, really quite shallow. Probably a metre at the middle, possibly. 1.5 meters tops. So they get really much warmer water temperatures, which is quite important for the fry to really accelerate that growth. And yeah, lots of them. But they are quite fragile, you know, the depth means they can be quite heavily influenced when they get heavy rain. I do actually remember it was this pond here we was working on, and that same day there was a big rainstorm all of a sudden forecast. So we downed tools and had to go shoot off to load the truck up with crushed oyster shell. And then spent the rest of the afternoon just spreading crushed oyster shell into the bottom of these ponds just to help keep the pH stable. Because obviously those fluctuations with small fry can cause a lot of problems. But yeah, they go right, ponds all the way back to that banking there. Awesome. There's also ponds up there, but I think a few of those used to be owned by Marado. Not sure if they still are. They don't often let ponds go, so we'll presume that they are for now. And yeah, the rest of it quite peculiar sighting, a bit of a quarry, really. Got all kinds of stuff going on. But you've got to, wherever land comes up for these guys, they need to take it. You can see it's actually very rocky, and that will influence the choice of fish that get put here as well. In NND's case, most of the best fish all go up to the Mogihira Mountains, where the quality of the mud a lot less rocky. They're just phenomenal. So and this pond's crazy deep. I remember one summer we were here and they missexed a fish, and there was just thousands of fry all along here, and they knew at that point that pretty much season screwed for them fish, because there's just too much in the pond taking the natural resources. But mistakes happen. Sounds like Arthur's still having fun. So Makoto wasn't sure quite how many, but we're around the amount that he anticipated. No one ever wants to have to drag the pond twice. I know for a lot of you guys watching at home, it feels that's such a cool thing to do, but for these guys, you know, it is work. They've got a lot of other shit to do, especially in autumn when there's so many ponds to harvest. Always first time if possible. So guys, as we said, back at the fish house. So first up, this is the sansai that when harvested, I've featured it a couple of times, not only had transformed so much, the sumi was incredibly stretched and just didn't have any thickness. So having encountered it before, thinking we sort of knew the reason, grown so much, possibly a lack of light in the mud pond, decided just to wait till this spring to see how it did in the pond. And I think Will might unanimously agree it's improved. That sumi is starting to look absolutely fantastic again. The thickness that it's gained is incredible, and I was always surprised because, like I say, sashi that has no kind of sumi that has no thickness won't have this kind of sashi that this has had all along. So yeah, look in the business, because I mean the body line, everything else is just absolutely dreamy. but a shiro without the sumi quality is nothing. So she will now go to the mud pond this year to grow through to yonsai, and we'll see what happens. That's going to be the interesting period, because depending on the pond it might take a step backwards again, which will be curious, because as they get older I always worry, you know, it can be harder and harder sometimes for things to change and recover. But with this one, I mean, still only technically getting on for sort of the full 36 months now, so there's a long way to go, but such a change already from, let's say, late October to now. So hopefully onwards and upwards now, because it would be a real shame for her not to get the sumi quality that I anticipated she would have when I acquired her at Nisai. What a fish. NND DK lineage, absolutely superb. So guys, here is Arthur's that he selected in autumn. We're having a check up on it, mate, aren't we?
Yep.
What do you think? You still happy with your choice?
Yeah.
Are you going to sell it to me yet?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Never.
Wow. And excitingly, which I never doubted, because this is a typical trait of NND Shiros, Arthur, can you see how much sumi's starting to come up on the head?
Yeah.
It's had absolutely nothing other than the sort of black nose. But you can see already now, look, insane amounts of sumi. That could have a phenomenal memoir head pattern by the autumn. In fact, I'm confident it will. This was a super pick, left to his own devices, a choice of 3. 2 a lot more finished, which might have been the obvious choice, but to me this was the one that was head and shoulders a superior fish, and it's looking phenomenal. So that's going to the mud pond, isn't it, buddy, this summer?
Yep.
Can't wait. So you want to check the size in a minute as well?
Yep.
And yeah, this is another one that I actually bought off a particularly bad video. I was actually on holiday at the time when I got this, but it took no more than seeing that body line to know that this was going to be a good purchase. I forgot to check it on my last trip, and my goodness, look at that body line, to die for. The strength and power. And straight away I look, they're both Nisai.
Should we measure yours as well?
Yeah, we can do.
Right, I'll do yours.
Going to be a bit more of a slow burner, this one with the pattern. You can see there, look, behind the head, the sumi head pattern. Motogoro is going to be particularly high quality. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're ready for this one. All of this been some serious DK shit, but this one right now, pattern just takes it to another level. Now would you look at that? My God. I cannot wait to see that with a Sansai body next year. What a fish. Sumi really are. Just look at the skin. That has got it all going on. Talk about ticking boxes. Still a lot of change to come as well. I'm confident there'll be big change in the memoir on the head this autumn. And by this autumn, Sumi going to become even thicker, deeper, shinier. What a fish. What a fish. So this is quite possibly one of the most prized fish in my collection at the minute. NND Kohaku Yonsai, now about 73 cm. Really hoping if it's a good summer she can hit 80 this year. Big plan. This is really one of them fish that I don't think she's going to truly look at her best until she hits kind of 85 onwards. Serious ass bone structure, really is. Super quality to that Benny. So I've selected her at Nisai. Sansai actually, that's a lie. Sansai was the best at her event actually. Super fish. Nobody else went in for her either, which didn't surprise me. So yeah, fingers crossed, good summer. Try and get her to that 80 mark. This is one, to be honest, if I had a concrete pond here, I would choose to raise this fish indoors rather than the mud pond. I think that would be the way to get the absolute maximum out of her. I really do. So this is a Sankey that I acquired on the last day of my trip in autumn. one they pull up, absolutely, you guys know by now I'm obsessed with the Marusho Sanki. What this has got going on, I cannot wait to see it in autumn. The Sumi progression has actually been quite cool over winter. Look at the pattern potential in that one, and the body line, just dreamy for a Marusho Sanki. That it's the sort of Marusho body line that can really go the distance to a super jumbo fish. Very exciting prospect. So this is a pretty cool Sansai Showa. Now this, I think, might not even be next year, the year after. It's really going to, you can see it's got a huge bone structure. I mean, just look at the head and the mouth. She's just long at the minute, not got the volume, but she's got the frame to develop the volume. So, like I said, last summer wasn't a great one here. Too hot, not enough water. So loads of fish kind of stretched out a bit. Slowly with this one. Again, it was a Nisai I just snatched out of a pond at some point. Still plenty happening with the Sumi. Loads to come and change. So, yeah, exciting times ahead for that one as well, I think, because that head pattern is killer. We get the memoir through that Benny, this fish is going to look the absolute nuts. She really is. Last one, folks, and I think this is one I'm going to live with a bit of regret. So I got this with that Sanki I've just shown you previously. Got the pair late last year, harvest literally the day before I went home, and yeah, Sunnybank Koi snapped this one off me, and that I believe to by this following autumn, or this autumn, sorry, is gonna look the nuts. Serious size already as well. She's gonna be a beast by the autumn. Absolute beast. What a fish. There we go. Serious stuff here. You guys already know what I think of this place. It's fantastic. It really is. There's so many varieties produced as well. Great experience for customers, you know, really consistent Azukari results. Have the utmost confidence, but that's a serious collection of fish, and there's a few more kicking around in various places as well. But yeah, there we go, time to sign off here. Got a bit of paperwork to finish off, and then on to the next farms this afternoon. So come to Kawaguchi area now, because most of where I need to be is roughly around here. And this is Miyatora Koi Farm. Actually quite a huge operation. Known these guys back since I was 13, a long time now. In recent years, really seen this place start to transform. It's massively on the up, producing some really cool varieties. The volume's increasing as well, so actually got some quite interesting stuff in from him already. Just going to have a look around now and see what we might be able to add to that. Well, I think Arthur's seen something he likes. Like bigger toe sign. And on the feeder over there, which is never a good sign when they're on the feeder. They don't look too spectacular, so shouldn't imagine that's the Nishikigoi Journal. This fish house, to be honest, his original house is a bit of a 15-minute drive away from here, which is where a lot of the Tatsugoi are kept. It's a big operation now, it really is. The sun's starting to take over as well. It might be the kind of change, new energy, who knows. You can see, look, it's a lovely area. Really nice, multiple greenhouses in this on this site. This is mainly where the bigger fish are kept. Nisai as well. Wow. His Makashi Ogan line is pretty impressive, to be honest. Had some of those a couple of years ago. Oh, they're nuts. You really can't beat up on the big fish. Oh, looks nice. It's another extension. Nice big pond. Wow, Heritage Surrey, look. That's mega. Back in the day when I first came, when it was actually his dad, Miyatora's father, he was really famed for tancho, probably one of the most famous for tancho, believe it or not. I still see quite a few of them these days, not as many as probably once was. And a really old Sankey lineage as well, Kichinai bloodline, not something you really hear or see a lot of, but Miyatora Sankey were really famed for it. So yeah, interesting in here. We've got, I'll flip it round, some Nisai still there, and there's actually some Tosai. You see a separation screen, so there's no contamination between the Nisai and the Tosai. Really see amongst this Kyotsauri at the minute some Kage style coming through, which is interesting. This year is also started with Ginrin Kogane Achiever and Deutz Ginrin. You can see a few of them in here. That's the small fish I've actually got back at the farm, and they're an interesting one because they look like shit when they're small, just dark and nothingness. And then eventually you get them growing, you get the Sumi fall back and the true sort of pattern emerge. So yeah, there you go guys, Miyatora. We did have an appointment, can't seem to track him down right now, but I've managed to look round. There's one pond of smaller Tosai in there I'm quite interested in. See some nice fish amongst it, but that's really going to depend on if I can select out, because probably only, I don't know, maybe a good box in there by the looks of it, maybe two. So unless that's possible, we'll be moving on. There they are folks, all netted up, just need to go through. Be a good one this. This king Kyotsauri you can have.
Yes. This here?
Yep. Yeah, nice. Showa.
This?
Yep. Ginrin Showa. Ginrin Showa.
How would you want it?
Ginrin Showa.
I know you want an Asagi.
Zero close, yeah, that's a nice one.
Alright.
Two foot zero is nice.
Yep, I want that. Look, this little bug is running everywhere. Two.
That was the result, guys.
Four.
The mix this guy's got going on at the minute is superb, and
Another four.
to say it's April, that pond must have had some fresh stuff.
Three.
Now we're at another one of my little favourite places, Tanaka Koi Farm. Always has great Tosai. I actually missed them last year, which was a shame, but this see I'm just about to select again, which is exciting. So yeah, I need to help him out, so I'll get the pond netted up and see what we've got. So 2 ponds to do here, some beautiful Boshki's looking great in here this year, and these fish always, the colour's not always popping, it's quite a dark fish house. As soon as I get them back, get some conditioning on, I always end up with some great fish from here. And this pond's got Ginrin Asagi Shisui. Difficult to see, but we'll get them netted. So guys, rushing around that much, I forgot to actually film the selection at Tanaka afterwards. So yeah, nice fish then. Really happy. Again, all hand selected, so just gives me a consistent quality level. I don't have to buy as many to get the eventual fish that I need, which is all good. So yeah, I skipped over to Koda then. Done some fantastic stuff over there for a little bit later on in the season. And yeah, now I'm just heading to Takano. So let's see what that guy's up to. Alright guys. This is selections of female toe side this side, male toe side that side. Great size, looking as good as ever. Here we go guys. Had the pleasure of netting Kiwi's Best Toe Side Pond, female fish, and 3 mega pieces there to stay. So there we go. Nice end to a very busy day. 3 super Takano Tosai for Azukari here. Yeah, happy days. Always nice to get that privilege, and then all of a sudden you're faced with, you know, I think there's what, 250 fish in that pond. Got to decipher through, can't catch them all. There we go. Happy days. So that's it now. Back to finish packing. Out for dinner with Hoshkin tonight, and then yeah, up in the morning for the first train. But awesome trip. Hope you've enjoyed what content I have captured. Just appreciate sometimes you've got to keep a few things back, but overall I think there's been some nice stuff shared there with you guys, and yeah, back to the UK now and crack on.